Today, I'm going to tell you about one of my subscribers who, in 6 months, has been able to become a consistently profitable trader, has quit her full time job, and transitioned into trading full time. I sat down with her the other week as she shared her experience working with myself and learning what it takes to become a full time trader in the stock market. Without further ado, I'm going to introduce you to Stephanie so you can hear her story.
Yeah, so I found your page back in the summer, and the idea of just going back to a regular 9 to 5 job makes my blood curl a little bit, and it always has, but I just didn't really feel like I had the motivation to really go out on a limb and do something on my own. Um, I did have wealth management background, so I did work with advisors and I would deal with the accounts for client holders and all that. So I already had a really strong knowledge of just the markets in general, but I had no no background with options trading whatsoever. I had to study it for my course back in the day when I was working in the wealth management industry, but I just skimmed it and just understood enough to get a few multiple choice questions on it. First, when I found your page, I could just tell intuitively as well. Like you really care about helping people and you're not just trying to scam people. Like, there's a lot of
Yeah,
those millionaire traders out there too,
yeah.
trying to kind of like, there's always those ads you see. So when I found your page, I could just tell you were genuine and genuinely wanted to share your knowledge with others. So
Thank you.
yeah, so when I took your master class, I was actually like I I had a really hard time understanding it when I was doing my when I was working.
Mhm.
But when I took your course, I don't know, I was like, either Mark's a really good teacher or I'm smarter than I think, or both. And I really found the course like really easy to follow. And within like 3 weeks, I felt pretty confident buying and selling options contracts. Not that I was doing super well, but I
Yep.
felt like confident
Mhm.
making trades and just understanding kind of how they work.
Okay.
And for me, yeah,
That's awesome.
for me, my experience is like I need to do things in order to see how it works. So I could read a textbook about it, but I actually need to put it to practice.
Mhm.
So yeah, so I just like dived right in and I felt really confident with the course that you provided.
That's awesome. So within like
Yeah.
you would say 3 weeks of kind of joining the group, getting in the mentorship, taking the master class, you started to gain that self confidence in yourself as a trader, and then kind of well as much as you're comfortable sharing, like I said,
Yeah.
walk us through that progression and kind of lead up to the point to where you are now, where it seems like you found something that works for you.
Yeah.
You're finding that consistency in your trading. You're finding that profitability. Whatever you're comfortable sharing, I'd love to hear.
Yeah, so I took the course, and then it was only like a month or so after that you had the availability for the mentorship group, and I was chosen, and I felt really fortunate and lucky to be in such a small group working with you. And the software too was like really helpful. It definitely gave me that extra confidence when I was doing a trade. It was kind of that third or fourth check added to my confidence when I was making those trades. So and I feel with the options trading, it is a lot of just trial and error
Yeah.
and just really kind of finding your own groove with it. So I also find there's like a bit of an intuitive piece with options trading.
Hmm.
Like you could read a textbook, someone could tell you what you do, but until you really see like the movement of the contracts and all that, it's hard to explain it.
Yeah. Okay. I could you I guess choose maybe between the master class, the mentorship group, the trading call. It's like what have you taken the most value from out of everything I've provided as a mentor and a coach and that I've taught you.
Yeah. Um, so you really helped me with like the risk management aspect. So because I've watched a couple of times my money go to zero really
Hmm.
quickly.
Yep.
And yeah, so I think that's where a lot of new traders like that is the most important piece. And
Yeah.
maintaining capital over the reward, I feel like, especially when you're just starting out, is more important. Um, because it can quickly you can quickly lose it.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I think just like watching your live trades as well really help. Like actually seeing a real trade happen and how you choose the option contracts. I mean, we when we were in the mentorship group, you kind of went over that with us in more detail,
Mhm.
but um like just actually seeing your thought process as we do the trades, but
Yeah.
you do explain it pretty well, like in the bigger group too on the Discord channel. So
Okay.
yeah,
That's awesome. Yeah.
hope
I
that
mean,
answered.
I'm no, that's a great answer. And I'm just like, as you know, and since the first day I met you and you joined the
Yeah.
group, I mean, I feel like there's the people that succeed and don't, like, inevitably, like, not everyone's going to succeed in this game. Is there something that, I guess, maybe one, I guess, attributing factor to your success, the success that you've found now, that was accompanied by my help? Or do you think like someone could go out and do this on their own? I guess kind of your take on maybe the broader subject of investing in education and knowledge.
I think so I think like your course was really well done and really in depth. And I actually only watched it like twice, but I was like, oh, I'll probably like rewatch it 100 times. But I felt like you did a really good job explaining it. And then it was just all about my own application and just kind of figuring out the like the detail, like the mundane part of it, which is like putting in the trade and all of those things.
Yeah.
But sorry, I think I kind of hold on. What was your
You're good.
question again?
I guess what are your thoughts on just like investing in education as a whole? Yeah, trading education specifically.
So your course was amazing. Like there's lots out there, but like I was saying in the beginning, I just found you really genuine, and so to spend that kind of money,
Hmm.
it, it is like a risk in a way,
Yeah.
but I had this feeling about your like what you were offering, and then I wasn't wrong about that. And yeah, like you're always present like every day in the trading channel. So if people need help, like you're there. And I mean, you don't have to do this. You have enough money. So it just goes to show, like, you do really genuinely care about helping other people become successful traders, because it is really hard. It's not like quick money or
Yeah.
anything like that.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. No, I love that. Your kind of timeline at this point, like, would
Yeah.
you say overall you found that consistency in your trading?
Yeah, so okay, so I guess what has helped me kind of shift was I was having too many emotions involved in my trading.
Hmm.
So if I lost money, I felt really low and kind of almost like ashamed of myself in a way, because it's
Yeah.
not just like you go to a job and you get paid no matter what. It's you're risking your own money.
Yeah.
So I had a hard time like really believing in myself that I could also be one of those successful traders that you see on YouTube or
Hmm.
anywhere like that. And you think, oh, it can happen to them, but it's not going to happen for me. And so I did a lot of work around my mind shift, because I do know our beliefs create our reality. So if I really truly believe I'll be a successful trader
Yeah.
and I put the time in as well, then it's inevitable.
Yeah.
So it's kind of learned.
That's awesome.
And yeah, so that's also the other difference was I wasn't consistent with showing up every day, Monday to Friday.
Yeah.
So now I'm up at when market opens at 6:30 here on the West Coast, and I'm at my coffee shop. I meditate right before and I'm ready to go. So I'm really just been working on my discipline, because that's the other key, is believing in yourself and discipline. I feel like those two
Hmm. Yeah.
together will make anyone successful.
Yeah. Yeah. That's huge. What are your kind of goals moving forward with your trading at this point?
So my goal is to work for myself, and you know, I've thought about it a lot, and I'm like, even if I just made my salary from the last few years just doing this, that would to me would be a success,
Hmm.
because I'm not staring at my computer all day. I show up at first thing in the morning, and then there's some days I'm off at like after 3 hours and
Yeah.
checking my phone out and about, because I also find that if I just watch things, it messes with my head.
Yeah.
So I put my alerts and everything and I check every so often, but I don't obsess about it. And then
Hmm.
I just walk away,
That's good.
go work out, and yeah, and then come back to it. So
So you're definitely looking to replace, I guess, your full-time job with trading over the
yeah, like
next
this
year.
essentially is my full-time job
Is
now.
it
So
really at this
yeah,
point?
yeah. Well, I haven't had a yeah, cousin anyway, yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. So at this,
So
so it's been
it,
what, 9 months since you joined? I'm trying to remember timeline
yeah, I
wise.
think it was it everything happened fast and I was like, maybe this is a sign from the universe. Like I got into your group, but I think I just joined in July.
Okay, wow.
I was just thinking about it. I'm like, it's for me, I feel like it's either minimum wage job or trading. Those are
Yeah,
my options. So
yeah. Well,
yeah.
I feel like you're very humble in the sense of, like you have found like a success, from what it sounds
Yeah, like
trading.
the full like my goal this year is to make 100,000. So
It's awesome. That's
for
great.
I'm starting the year off pretty good. So yeah.
Are you comfortable sharing any numbers from last year?
Um
If
I
not,
didn't
it's
do
all
very
good.
this year.
That's okay. So do you think
I,
at what point, I guess, in your learning curve, because everyone's learning curves are kind of different.
yeah.
Some people like can find that success, or I guess when you say success, I guess it's that consistency where you've had
Yeah.
multiple months of green, and you stop giving back so much, and you're actually, overall in net positive. I
Yeah.
feel like, you know, say 6, I guess 7 months ago, you've kind of joined the group and then found that consistency within 5 or 6 months. Like, what was your learning curve, I guess?
Yeah, it was like 6 months, I would say. Then I actually had to like just not look at it for a month because I had a big loss. I was doing really well,
Yeah.
and but I also kind of think it was luck at that point. And
Hmm.
then I did really badly and
Yeah.
lost pretty much my entire trading account.
Okay.
And then I just kind of walked away from it for the last like for probably a month.
Hmm.
And I was really down on myself about it. And I was really just like I just kept having losses.
Hmm.
And I keep thinking about players like or athletes like David Beckham, and I watched his documentary, and he had like like a ton of losses at one point, like in a row. And it's like, how do you get back from that? Like
Yeah.
your mindset is such a huge thing.
Yeah. Massive. Well,
So
that's.
there I was like, I'm like, I know it's my mindset.
Mhm.
Like obviously I put the time in, but I also know it was my mindset that was continuing like going on this downward spiral. So
And then, yeah. So, I mean, at this point, would you be comfortable or confident if someone, is out there is kind of skeptical? They're, I guess, doubting whether I'm a real trader or whether this is a real thing, like whether this is all just an illusion. Like you can actually find that consistency. Could you confidently tell someone that, with the right, education, or not, right? Maybe you just go out and figure it out on your own, but maybe that learning curve is longer, where your learning curve was
yeah.
only 6 months. You had the education from me. Are you confident in recommending this group to someone else overall?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I yeah, 6 months because you've done the legwork of showing people how to trade. And
Yeah.
so I feel you taking your course and then if you're in the mentorship group as well, it kind of cuts that learning curve in half a bit. And I people would always say to me too, like no one's ever successful at trading.
Hmm.
But I'm like, I know people who are,
Yeah.
and that's that belief. And I'm like, I'm not gonna believe that.
Yeah. Because people, before they even get into it, don't even think it's possible.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, there are, and I kind of had this my strategy that sort of came to me from the universe. I mean, it's from my own practicing, but
Yeah.
I feel like it was like ready. It was like the universe is like, okay, you've learned your lessons, you're ready to get this download of how to like what your strategy is in the market.
Hmm.
And yeah, like it would have taken me a lot longer if I didn't have a good course and understanding of options trading to
Yeah.
build from. And then also just like I got to talk with some guys in my group that have been doing this way longer than me. So like I was able to consult with them and ask for advice, and I still am in touch with them. So,
That's
I
awesome.
feel well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're great guys. So
That's the group aspect of this. I guess that's a huge value add, or a piece of value you'd get from joining the mentorship is the community. And I think it goes so much deeper than just like someone on Discord. I mean, now you're in touch with
yeah,
these guys, and that's incredible. It's really cool.
Yeah, I'm actually going to meet Serge in San Diego. I'm going there at the end of March. So,
No way. That you've joined this community online, and trading is like sorry to interrupt you, but trading is a pretty like
no,
lonely job. It's kind of just you
yeah,
and yourself, and now you've, been introduced to this community, all these traders I brought together, and now you're making these real life connections, which is really cool.
totally. Yeah, it's great. Yeah, it's like a whole other little club that you get to be part of. And, and I think that's the thing. It's like this world can be hard.
Hmm.
And, after you see yourself making, like I made 1,200 US last week in 4 days, which
Wow.
Canadian is about $1,800. And,
Wow.
my 40-hour work week jobs, I was making like maybe 1,200 after tax, I think, if that's about right. So it's like $250 a day. And I'm making at least that. And I'm only working a couple hours a day most
Wow.
days. So I'm like, even just to replace your salary, it's
Yeah.
like you get time back.
Yeah.
Like you get, and I think time is the most precious resource we have. So
I agree. Yeah, wow. I always say that too with the way I trade and I teach. It only takes a couple hours a day, and I'm surprised it took you 6 months to find that consistency, and now look at that. You don't have to work a full time job. You've got trading, as
yeah,
this job, this means to make money, and there's so much freedom that comes with it too, which you'll get to enjoy moving forward.
yeah. Like I actually, I'm not, I bought an Audi Q3 yesterday or Saturday on Saturday.
Wow,
So
that's awesome.
yeah, yeah. I'm financing half of it because of my trade-in, but I was like, I'll pay it off in like 6 months, and it's kind of like a game to me to see how quickly I can pay off the like
Was
other
that
half of the loan. So
was that with the help of trading you bought it, or something else?
yeah, I feel like so I'm someone who's very, very intuitive. So I don't need a year of doing this to know that my strategy's working. Like
Hmm.
it's kind of a weird thing. I feel like I figured it out and I got this like my big break in a
Yeah.
way.
Hmm.
And now it's like I'm feeling abundant before I even have the money I'm gonna make this year. It's like I feel this abundance.
That's
So
awesome.
I feel like yeah, I feel like and I believe in like energy and all that stuff.
Hmm.
So I'm like there's something that's like shifted, and though I don't have the full proof that I'm making 100,000 yet this year, like I feel it. Like it's like I know it. It's gonna happen.
That's awesome.
So
That's some really, really great confidence. And I'm, like I
yeah.
said, I'm just glad
and
to glad to have been
I'm
part
like
of
I don't
it.
think I'm overly confident. Like I'm
No, no, no,
usually
totally not.
careful,
Yeah.
and I'm like I can feel this strategy is like this is it for me. And I
Wow.
mean like things, we tweak things as we go and
Yeah.
as I learn more because I'm still learning.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Wow. That's awesome. I don't want to take too much more time.
Yeah.
Anything you want to share? If anyone's out there watching this, they're kind of debating on whether or not to invest their hard earned money into myself as a coach.
Yeah, absolutely. If like you're sure that this is your path, Mark's course is amazing. I would absolutely recommend it to anyone who like friends or family if they were wanting to go this route with work. I would absolutely recommend Mark's course, and his software too is like it's not in sorry, I won't say that out loud.
Okay.
His software is like amazing, and it just gives you that like third or fourth check on your trade if and it kind of narrows where your focus is. It helps you just focus on
Hmm.
um the stocks that are coming in, so you're not overwhelmed with like where do I put my attention, like
Yeah.
what stocks am I looking at. It kind of just gives you clarity there as well. So and it's really easy to use, like super user friendly.
I like that. Awesome. Well, thank you. And I didn't pay you to do this because, right?
No,
Correct?
Mark's not.
Because there's always someone that says that. I swear, anytime
Yeah,
I talk to anyone that
Mark
I've
did
worked
not
with.
pay me. I'm just grateful that I came across his work. And I did like I've had, there were moments where I was like, is this for me? Can I do this?
Mhm.
And I did have like to my like help. I had my dad who's been really supportive of me doing this, and just also my community of friends that I've made through the Discord group and my mentorship group. So I think that's a big thing. And then just believing in yourself, if this is what you truly want to do.
That's awesome. Thank you. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Thank you, Mark.
So, what an absolutely incredible story. With a little background in the world of finance, but knowing absolutely nothing about trading, Stephanie was able to come into my mentorship group and just within 6 months become a consistently profitable trader and now is trading full time. So if you guys want to learn how Stephanie is able to make $1,200 a day with just a few hours of her time using this trading strategy, which I've taught her, click the link in the description below to apply for my mentorship group. And if accepted, hopefully you'll be able to see the same success in the market that she has.